here.
Matt, did you get the...
Make sure the audio is working.
Did I get what, sorry?
Did you get Mike's picture?
Oh, I didn't get it.
I did.
Wes, you need it, right?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I gave it to Aaron.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to do it. I can drag and drop it to him, though.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks. I feel like sorcerer should have like a devil option.
Sorcerer, you're evil. All right.
No, I'm a warlock sorcerer.
Oh, Hellish Blast.
You know, I'm actually gonna. I have it, but I think I'm gonna get rid of it. Did you guys see the thing I put in there about the heavy crossbow? That was it's hilarious.
All right, I'm gonna click over here and go live. Are we ready?
Ready.
Oh, look at Diona putting stuff in there. All right, we should be live. Welcome to the very first session of Waterdeep: Dragon Heist, hosted by guest DM Adam. Before we get started, we actually have a sponsor for the channel now, so we're going to do a quick shout out to them. Zhaozam's Den is now partnered with Libris Arcana. Libris Arcana offers a variety of products such as monthly dice subscriptions, gaming covers, and better yet, if you're in Canada, an RPG book subscription program. Follow the link in the description below, and when you sign up for your first month of any subscription, you'll get 20% off when you use the discount code JAOZAM. That's JOWZAM for 20% off your first subscription. All right, Adam, kick us off.
Sounds good. I'm Game Master Adam. Welcome to Waterdeep, the crown of the north, where a wondrous tale of urban adventure is about to unfold. Our story begins, like many others, at a tavern, specifically the Yawning Portal Inn and Tavern. And our adventurers are spread out, kind of mingling. They came to Waterdeep as fledgling adventurers, and they're going to go to the place where many people go to, the Yawning Portal, and chat with people until they find lucrative propositions for a level 1 adventurer. So, as it is right now, we have Corvo Atano talking to Delester Silvermane. He's kind of a proper guy, and right from the beginning you get this sort of bureaucratic feel about him. He's like, he tells you about the Lord's Alliance. He's very promoting of the Lord's Alliance. Says, oh yeah, if you become a homeowner in Waterdeep and want to protect, what the Lords are standing behind, join the Lord's Alliance. We pan over to, was it Quintus?
Quintus.
Yes, Quintus, who is desperately and slowly trying to chat up Bonnie, who's the server, who's running around. She's very good at her job. She's often carrying a plate filled with 12 tankards of ale, balancing on her one arm while, giving out different tankards of ale to different people, collecting money. She's very good at her job. Unfortunately, Quintus is a bit of a slow talker. He probably gets a little bit of information from her once every half an hour. It is pretty much like, I'm a visitor from Schultz, as she's hurrying by. You find out that Waterdeep was not where she was born, but she came here with some friends, and they're trying to make a living. Panning over to Hazek Silvertome, you as a person who's worked in Waterdeep for a long time, you know of Durnan. Durnan is the guy who runs the Yawning Portal. There's a lot of stories that swirl around Durnan. He's he's an old adventurer, and even said to have gone down into the Yawning Portal and brought back some money with his adventuring team. And he started the Yawning Portal with that money that he's made from going down to Undermountain. As for the minor details, he kind of steers away from it. Often, if you try to talk about it, he'll give you a free tankard of ale just to kind of shut you up because he doesn't want to talk about certain topics. And then go over to the corner where we have Zazzle and Meryl, who I don't know if you guys struck up a conversation with Yagra Stonefist because she offered, asked if you wanted to arm wrestle, or if you chatted up with her because she's a half orc, or she just looks like a tough adventurer who's been through a lot of crap. Why did you pick Yagra Stonefist?
Zazel has met her before, and was coming over to talk to her and chat her up about what she knows about the other people in the room, and if there's any good business opportunities available.
What about you, Meryl? While this conversation is going on, how do you?
Meryl just sat here because she is the half orc and probably the most likely person to also be not very charismatic, and so probably an outcast, and so that's why he's sitting with Yagra as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, are you ugly?
Meryl or Yagra?
Meryl, is Meryl ugly?
No, so Meryl had an accident when he was younger, and he actually got his it was a bad accident to his throat, and so Meryl just talks with a really raspy voice, and so it's almost a whisper, and so people just kind of he doesn't like to talk because of that. He's embarrassed by that, and so he's fairly antisocial because of his experiences with all of that stuff.
Zazel will say to you in a little whisper that you hear in your mind as she winks to you, "I like the strong silent type."
Me too.
So as the yawning portals look rowdy, you guys, not only are there people like kind of gathered around Yagra betting on Yagra because she's like always challenging people like this. It's a thing, like you're almost like you're chatting with her, but you're almost like spectators. She'll like call people over and be like, "You want to arm wrestle?" And people will take bets around her. That's kind of like a minor betting going on. Major betting is, you guys know the yawning portal is where adventurers, they basically pay Durnan for a chance to go down the yawning portal and explore Undermountain. And you know that there's a big board where they take bets on whether those people will come back. And this is like an actual, like it's its own economy going on in the yawning portal where people, and often adventurers don't come back. But that's not Durnan's problem because he still gets that money to go down there.
You're being heckled, Adam.
Being heckled?
Twitch open, you're being heckled right now.
Heckled how so?
Literally says heckles the DM. I told people to come in here and heckle you.
Nice. So Yagra's super entertained to have you guys cheering her on, like on her side. And she's like, I'm buying you guys ale. I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm gonna buy you guys some ale. Come back, and then we're gonna smash some fists. She like wanders off to the bar. Whoop, I'm on the wrong layer. As always, that's the story of my life. On the wrong layer.
You're a DM. You have many layers.
You're a pro. I'm going to teach you about bump afterwards, so you don't have to be on the. You don't ever have to be on the GM layer.
So she goes over there and she gets these like massive, like, so at the yawning portal, you can get like the regular half pints, regular pints, but then you can get what is called the yawning portal size, and it's just these gigantic, almost like 2-liter tankards of ale, and she comes with 3 of those. She's carrying them over, and she's probably about halfway when then all of a sudden there's a noise eclipsed by a shout. "You pig! Like killing my mates, don't ya?" Then a 7-foot-tall half-orc, Yagra, is hit by a wild swinging punch from a male human whose shaved head is covered with an eye-shaped tattoos. 4 other humans stand behind him, ready to jump into the fray. The half-orc cracks her knuckles, roars at the tattooed figures, but before you can see if blood is drawn, a crowd of spectators cluster around the brawl. What do you do? So let me bring in the actual
Looks like somebody sneezed.
Bam. Bam. So, she's here. You see the tankards that she was carrying clattered to the floor, spilling like a tidal wave of beer all across the ground and making everything slick and sticky. Underneath.
Not the beer.
I have to take a will save to see if I don't cry.
Alrighty, so you guys see this happen. She gets surrounded by bandits who, as far as you can tell, are just judging her based on her half orc. And they start beating the crap out of her, and she's fighting back fiercely. You guys. And you guys over here, like talking to Lester and talking to Durnan, you guys hear the fight break out. Durnan kind of gives you a look, Hazek, of like, not again. But he doesn't step in. He kind of like waits tentatively to see how this plays out.
I'll turn to.
Can we roll history to see what the eye tattoo is or something?
Sure. Yeah.
Or does anyone want to tell us?
I'm going to turn to Corvo and say, shouldn't you be doing something?
I'm off duty.
Jalester's like, hooligans, I hate it. I like drinking here and meeting people, but when this happens, I just kind of want to get out of here.
Zazel will cast a spell quietly, if she's able.
Sure. Your history check. So possibly from talking. Well, actually, just by. You might know the best because you kind of work in the area. You know that there is a gang war going on the streets right now between the Xanathar Guild and the Zentarum. And the eye tattoos almost seems like an association with the Xanathar Guild.
Oh.
I wonder which one.
Xanathar in the bar right now, number 84.
He's not really here. It's an illusion.
Yeah. A lot of these people are not actually here.
Durnan, is this
like Elminster?
Durnan, is this spilling into the
who
street?
the red koala bear is up there.
Boom.
Oh, right by what's his name? The guy with the Ring of Frost. The
20.
Matt Mercer's totally here though. Totally here, reading a book in the corner.
Nice. Hazek will ask Durnan. He's like, "Is this spilling in from the streets? I thought they kept this outside the portal."
When beer's involved, sometimes they forget that the yawning portal is not for this. He yells out to the crowd. What spell does Zazel cast?
She's going to cast Dissonant Whispers into the one closest to the portal. And it's just a verbal, she whispers something into it, basically, that only he can hear. Yeah. Sure. And he has to make a saving throw.
Sure.
So, click the spell for Twitch.
What's that?
Yeah, just click the spell card so everybody can see it.
Oh, okay. Hang on. How do I do that?
Bring up the description.
It's on the spells tab page.
Okay, I got it in front of me here, and I just
look
click
under Eldritch Blast.
When you mouse over the actual name, it'll turn red, and you can roll it into chat or send it to chat.
You're a warlock, and you have a spell other than Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, I think actually I was thinking of. I took Eldritch Blast. I'm actually regretting it. I think I might want to change it out. How do I drop it? I got it red.
Yeah, just click
Just
it.
click it.
Click the button.
Like a button.
Left click.
I click
So,
it and it says input value comes up.
Well, it's a spell, right? So is it cast at level 1? Hit OK.
Oh, I see. Submit.
Well, there you go.
So I rolled a 9 for my wisdom save. I'm guessing your spellcasting beats that.
Yeah, I think it would. I think
I'll
it's
take
a
that.
8 plus 3, I think is what it would be, right?
8 plus proficiency bonus of 2 plus your ability modifier.
Okay, so it's more like, you needed a 13, I think. So he would take 3d6 damage. Do I roll that somehow, or?
I think that's what.
That's what the
it's
8 is.
Oh, okay. So he takes
Yeah,
8
he
points of
takes-
damage. Of psychic damage.
Yeah, usually
Yeah.
those will come up and say that there should have been a save on the first part of it. It's weird that it didn't.
And he has to run if he survived that.
There
There
you
it
go,
is.
Twitch.
Thank you. Thank you, Corvo.
So you cast a spell. It definitely takes hold. He was because they're all like kind of swinging on Yagra, and she's like fiercely like pushing them back and like kneeing a guy in the groin, punching a guy in the face. She's like fighting like crazy. She's taking hits too. But the one guy just stops and he kind of like grabs his head and shakes, and you can see him start to like, it's like he's like looking around for something, but there's nothing around him, and he kind of like backs away and starts like making his way around the well. Anybody else doing anything?
I suppose Corvo would probably enter the fray this time. About this
Quint is
time.
going to slowly stand up and stretch and think about starting to make his way over there.
Sure. Why don't we roll initiative now? Obviously, Corvo can start making his way over there, so that's fine. But everyone roll initiative, and we'll get this party started.
This is weird. I've not played D&D in Roll20.
Roll 20.
Wait
We never
for
have. It's always been
the
fantasy.
initiative card to be played out, guys.
There it is.
There it is.
Mm.
Ta-ta-ta.
Yes. Awesome.
Oh, I didn't select my token. Do you want me to
So-
reroll? Or can you plug in a 15 for me?
If you re-roll with your token selected, you can just mouse over the number and then change it to the correct one.
Did Zazel show up?
Oh,
Okay.
but there's a 21. I'll take a 15. That's fine.
You have to have your
There it is.
token selected.
Is there a quick way to roll, like, say, I just want to roll one bandit?
Click on the bandit
Yep.
Add to turn order.
and add to turn order. Put in whatever number you want.
Okay, right.
Yeah, just
Yes.
roll.
Or I think their name is actually the initiative button, unless they changed it.
Ah. Okay, cool. Yeah, there we go. That's why. I'm like, where's the initiative? But yeah, it's their name.
How do I
Awesome.
roll initiative?
So go
click
to your
the-
character sheet.
Yeah. Oh, once it's selected, I roll it.
Click
Okay.
the word initiative, yeah.
Okay. Can you change mine to 21 again?
No.
You should be able to do it, Mike, if you select the 5 in the turn
Okay.
tracker.
All right.
No.
Make sure you hit enter or tab or something to make it stick.
Oops.
There we go.
We're doing things differently. We're doing things in ascending order.
Woo! My non-dexterity dwarf thanks you.
I could wait since I already got a spell off, Adam. I can wait till everyone goes and then go.
Sure.
My character have a blurb first before they commence any other unlawful action.
Sure, you can try to say something over the bustling crowd.
So Corvo, being a bard, probably has a pretty distinguished voice. yells over the crowd, saying, "You realize that this is unlawful and worth it, a week imprisonment or flogging?"
As I just said, Corvo flips out the code legal scroll.
Well, he still has his guardsman uniform on until the day's end, which the day's not out yet, so he has his uniform on.
So it should be noted, Corvo, that this fighting on the street has often ignored the city watch and guards. So you're not surprised when these guys keep...
Obviously not.
Yeah, they
I think they're better than you.
Corvo's, hoping for a fight at this point.
Shocking.
Okay.
Bunch of Canadians, that's a problem.
Unruly.
And I give, before combat actually starts, hopefully my words have inspired Quintus. I give you a bardic inspiration, sir.
All right, what does that do for me?
You get a die roll on...
You move at half speed as opposed to a quarter speed.
You get this long list of crap.
All right.
All right, we're going to have these guys.
And it's a d6 for my level. It goes up later.
Oh.
It's a d6.
Uh-oh.
So, I don't know if it was Carbo's words or what, but the four surrounding Yagra, she is just on fire. She is blocking all of them, dodging. All four of them attack her in various ways, and she did not take a blow.
Whoa.
So, Merrill, Proudfoot.
Mm-hmm. He is going to lean back in his chair and put his foot up on the seat that Zazzle was on.
Nice.
And that's his action.
Cool.
Oh, and
I
he's
like
going
it.
to watch.
Yeah, so you're in perfect position. You got a perfect vantage point to see Yagra do her thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually quite impressed at her prowess.
Mm-hmm.
And we move to Quintus, who has been inspired.
He's been inspired. And he's slowly walking over. Slowly walking over, turns to Corvo. Thank you. Did I ever tell you about the time I was in Philomena's fantastic filibuster traveling across the countryside? This reminds me of that time. Hey, fellas, please stop doing that. And he'll stand there and he'll extend his claws and he'll just kind of look menacing, as menacing as an old turtle can, who's regaling everyone around him with stories that no one's really listening to.
Except for Corvo, he's intrigued.
What level does this adventure go up to? 5?
But potentially 20 if we continue on to Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Oh, lordy. 20 more levels of this guy?
I'm your tank.
Or he could slip and fall.
I'll attempt to engage him. I said leave the lady alone.
All right. On to Corvo.
Oh, I was going to try and attack him.
Oh, sure.
I'm unarmed. I got my claws.
Sure. Yeah, you can attack the guy next to you.
Yeah. This turtle's
Do
got
you have
claws.
key yet, Matt?
What?
Do I have what?
Key?
No.
As in
2.
key actions?
Yeah, no, level 2. I get two melee attacks, so 12.
Ooh.
I'm guessing is a miss.
Their AC is, I believe, 12. So I believe that's a hit.
6 damage with the first attack. I get 2 attacks when I'm using unarmed strikes. And I'm going to slash with the other claw.
What kind of fingernails do you have?
14 hits. 4 plus
and
3.
Remember, turtles carry disease. These guys
It actually does
disease.
4.
They have salmonella now.
That
Three
3
is
is for the crit.
Yeah, just for
Uh,
damage.
Either way,
Go
he
ahead.
drops unconscious.
Hmm.
So he'd taken a couple punches from Yagra already. And when you come in, you're like, "Hiya, yeah!" He
This
drops. Are you doing non-lethal with your fisticuffs?
Yeah. And he's gonna say this could have been avoided.
You asked for it.
Yeah. And he's like gassed now. He's sitting there. He's kind of like kneeling over. He's got like a arm on a knee. He's taking a knee.
All right.
Oh my lord, he can take two swings, that's it.
Over the Corvo, you see Quintus like step around you. You're like, "Hey, buddies," and he takes out one with his fists.
So he's going to target the guy on the opposite side of what's her face?
Sure, that guy. Okay.
And he's going to use hideous laughter.
Tasha's hideous laughter.
Yes, but it doesn't display that for whatever reason.
She didn't renew her patent.
It's a spell
For
save.
some
DC
reason, they
of
just
13.
gave them all.
Right. Here we go. I keep like an idiot.
Wisdom saving throw.
I keep closing the bandits.
Oh, that's a big mistake. Always double click on the thing instead of hitting the X.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, there's a secret. You can double click on the top to minimize it.
He rolled a 15.
That means he makes it and he suffers nothing from the funny turtle joke Corvo would have said if it would have made it. So you all miss out on jokes when DM makes saving throws.
Oh, did you have one, Tina?
Aw, I kind of wish I
I
didn't. make
did,
it.
actually.
Oh, do you?
Oh,
I do.
but he's gonna save it for later.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to save them until they actually work.
Yeah, my campaign, my bard actually makes jokes and insults on the fly. It's amazing.
It hurts, too.
It really hurts. They're bad.
For like vicious mockery and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you just see the rage in his face, and he's just like trying to swing at Yagra, and your words just don't take hold. Your spell.
And Corvo also writes down in his little guard book. He's writing up charges on these unconscious/conscious.
Sure.
Bandits.
All right.
That is my turn.
Hazak.
Hazak is actually gonna like stand up from his chair a little bit and take another sip from his ale, set it back down on the bar, and he's gonna look up on the second floor, and he's gonna cast Prestidigitation, and he's gonna wiggle his fingers, and all of a sudden you're gonna see this wheel of cheese stand up and roll off, bounce off the turtle shell, and hit the guy who is to the north of Hagra.
There was cheese.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll slowly turn around.
Yeah,
What?
see that
cheese.
wheel of
Oh yeah, 29 there. What was that?
So is it like an improvised?
Yeah, I mean, it's falling cheese, however much damage that'll do.
That's up for you to decide, Adam. How much and what is the DC? You think, Stig, or
Probably
is
a
it
dex save.
yeah,
Sure.
dexterity save?
I dig your creativity. And he failed his dex save. So I say maybe just a D4. Roll a D4 cheese damage. Falling
I
cheese
think
damage.
it's a cheesy
It's pretty
attack.
much a rock.
Yeah!
Nice.
Max damage.
Hex
Is it a
damage up.
hard cheddar or more of a
It was
brie?
definitely a hard cheddar.
Wheel of cheese. We're off to a
I'm
good
going to
start.
say that takes him out.
He was not ready for the cheese.
He is not
Yeah,
a
cheese.
Hazak will
This is-
pick up his beer and start drinking again.
Very
So
confused by this.
It's a combination of the spilt beer and the cheese in the face. But the wheel of cheese smacks him. He slips and falls back and cracks his head on a table behind him
Oh, ow.
and crumples to the floor. He's still breathing, but he's really like, grabbing his head and he's like almost incapacitated. All right. Is that your turn?
Corvo is now
Oh, yeah.
prone.
I'm sitting over here drinking my ale again at the bar.
Durnan's like, good one. Zazel.
Zazel will, sitting from her chair, reaches over and starts to stroke the fleece lining of her leather vest, and she's going to cast a cantrip. She's going to cast I just put it in chat above. Do you want to put it there again? Hang on a second. It is Minor Illusion.
Sure.
And she's going to take the one that she can see kind of next to the guy that just dropped, and she's going to make an illusion of little black spiders all over his chest, all over his armor, working up toward his neck, and she's going to use her telepathy voice inside his head to say, "The spiders are coming and they're going to eat your brain when they reach your ears. They'll eat you out from the inside." As as her free action.
This guy right here?
Nope, the other guy. She can see him and watch his face.
Okay.
She could talk. She could talk to him in his head, and he can't stop her from speaking. She'll just kind of like make a nasty whisper of a voice in his head as the spiders climb up. Now, if he interacts with them, he can realize that they're fake, but it'll distract him. He won't be able to attack or do anything.
Great. I rolled abysmal intelligence for him to realize the illusion. So he is taking hold. You see him like kind of clutching at his stuff, and he's like, and he's like backing up and like almost like even like maybe trips over the guy that's beside him and kind of like stumbles back. He's like, and we're gonna go. Actually, where's Yagra? Yagra didn't pop up. So we're gonna say it's Yagra's turn, and she jumps on this guy here. This is the guy that had the tattoos, the eye tattoos. He seemed like the leader, and she's like on him, and she is pummeling him in the face over and over and over again, and she doesn't like she's gone into like full rage. And we're gonna go back to Meryl.
Am I out of beer yet?
Actually, yeah, because Yagra was going to get you guys more beer, so you did run out of beer. Okay. Yagra's, you're not sure if you. What you can kind of tell is if Yagra keeps going, she might kill this guy. She's really angry.
I'm going to start making my way over to the bar to get more beer.
Sure.
So I'm going to kind of like try to weasel my way through since I'm a little halfling.
Sure.
It should be easy for you, though.
Casually sneak along the stairs around the building that's happening.
I feel bad. She spilled her beer on her way back. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to buy exactly what she bought.
All right. Sounds good.
This is a really rough corner I'm sitting in over here. I got a mind flare, a beholder, and something I don't even know what that is.
Half of that stuff isn't even real.
I think it's a Grick.
Yeah.
No, that's not a Grick. That's a Rain Eater thing.
I don't know.
A Grell. A Grell.
Yeah.
Technically, he's just a dream.
He's not there.
A lot of tentacles out.
What's the hotkey for making the little...
The ping?
Ping, yeah.
Just hold the
left
mouse button.
Okay.
So Quintus.
Yes.
Gotcha. Do you see Yagra just beating the crap out of this guy, and she's not holding? She might kill him.
Is this one down?
He's still clutching his armor, and he's like kind of digging at the. I think there's leather armor. He's like trying to pull back the leather armor. Something's happening to him.
So I can move past him without being attack of opportunity?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay. I'll step up and I'll try to get in between the two of them with my shell facing her because she's the aggressor here, and try and break this up.
Sure.
Hold on. Let's talk this out.
I'm gonna
Aaron, I blame you for this in your last chapter of your game.
I know. Sorry.
I'm gonna make an athletics check opposed to Yagra's athletics check
Okay.
to kind of get in between her and try and stop her.
She can do all the damage she wants to my shell. Good luck.
Here's hers. I guess hers is just going to be. All right. What's your athletics?
My athletics. Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and roll one.
Yeah, roll an athletics
That
check
roll.
against hers to try and like push your way in.
Oh, I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration and add a
Yes.
D6 on that.
Roll a d6.
That's great because you're one away.
So push and weasel my way in. I'm shorter than the two of them. I'm like waist height, we'll say. And yeah,
So,
I'm using my shell to budge and push her away. Let's talk this out.
The first time you kind of push in between, you get kind of pushed back. But then you remembered something Corvo told you. It's like you just remember this, like, "Hey, buddy, you got this. You might talk slow, but you got this." And you push your way in, and you kind of push the two apart. It takes a little bit, but Yagra starts down. The guy is unconscious on the ground. He still seems to be breathing, but his face is like just mashed blood. And finally Yagra kind of comes to her senses, and she kind of looks at her and kind of steps back. So for all intents and purposes, this fight kind of like fizzles out. And just as you kind of calm down, everyone kind of takes a breath and it's okay, the fighting's over. That's when shouts of alarm suddenly ring out as a hulking creature climbs out of the shaft in the middle of the tap room. A monster with warty green skin, tangled nest of wiry black hair, a long carrot-shaped nose, and bloodshot eyes. As it bares its yellow teeth and howls, you can see that half a dozen bat-like creatures are attached to its body, with 3 more circling above it like flies. Everyone in the tavern reacts in fear, except the barkeep, Dernan, who shouts, "Troll!"
The kitten says,
Oh boy, here we go.
So, wink. Where did I go?
And bats.
are they bats or are they sturges?
They are sturges. They look like that. Flipping around. So, I will do... Pop up? Yeah, he did pop up. Yay!
I thought it was the monster from Cloverfield at first.
Alright. We will remove the bandits. And now there's a new initiative order.
We rolling again?
No rolling in. We'll keep the same initiative. I'm just going to see if... Sweet. Does pop up. I will...
Remember to roll for each of the little batwing dudes.
Beholder, you got this.
I'm just going to have them go...
All at the same time? That would hurt.
Yeah. They're flying around separate. They won't attack the same... Just for simplicity. There we go.
Simplicity.
Excellent. I have to do this again. Alright, so back to the top of the order. Zazel.
Yeah.
You see this troll pull itself out of the portal near Corvo and Meryl. Yeah. Kind of
I'd like to
Does he
point
have,
out that the turtle gets to go twice before I even get to go. But let's
That's right.
just articulate that.
Slow and steady.
Somebody drank coffee this morning, I see.
The troll, does he have an obvious 5-foot space he would try and walk to get to the rest of the group?
So he can kind of like kind of push his way forward.
Okay.
And attack anybody around him. It's not exactly like the picture.
Right. What I'm contemplating is Zazel could drop a little area of fire, illusionary fire in front of him, like in a 5-foot square. But if he could just step right around it, she probably wouldn't do that. Would that make sense, or would that be just a kind of a waste of an action for her?
Like illusionary fire?
Well, just saying, is there an obvious space for her? She wants to try and slow him down, so I think that's what she'll do. Right in front of him, she's going to drop a big pit of fire is going to open in front of him.
Sure.
No sound, no heat. He can inspect it, and he'll know that, but it might slow him down. Just try taking action off him, basically.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So, does he want to interact with it, or
on his turn?
I'll throw the spell. She's going to be using this a lot. This is like probably her main spell. So.
Sure.
Pretty much whenever you use a spell, it's just courtesy to throw it up in chat.
Yep, I did so.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. So Meryl, Proudfoot.
Well, he's going to put his pints back up on the bar and draw out his short bow and shoot.
I like that little halfling. He had pints, not just one, multiples.
It comes in pints?
That's right. Comes in pints. So he'll just go ahead and shoot at the big guy.
Right, sounds good.
So do I need a target? How's this working? This
just roll and beat the A. Yeah. Yep, hits.
And then I just roll for damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Click on short bow in the chat log.
Yeah, you click the word short bow. Your damage will be underneath it.
Okay.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Right.
So you see that +2, that's because if you had advantage, you would have had the 25, which is a crit, and that's your extra crit damage there.
Gotcha. Now, on the sneak attack thing, so Matt, I know
I'm right next to it, so yeah, you would get
that. Get the sneak attack thing. There. So do I roll that damage as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Does he have advantage?
It doesn't require an attack, it's just boom.
No, just curious.
If an ally is within 5 feet of a creature, and you attack that creature and you have sneak attack, it's an automatic sneak attack.
I know it's a sneak attack, but is it advantage?
No.
Okay.
It does not have advantage on this attack.
I was DMing the other night, and that confused me because I thought in order to have sneak attack, you had to have advantage.
No, you... Go ahead.
You were running 5e, Mike?
I'm trying.
So you don't need to have advantage on a sneak attack. You just need to have and/or situation. It's either you have this, or you have that, or you have... It doesn't matter.
Got it.
An advantage can be whatever the DM deems it. Are you sneaky? Are you running up to the creature, dodging in between its legs and hitting it? That could count. It doesn't really matter.
Gotcha. So did I do that correctly?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Did I need to roll the sneak attack or hit the sneak attack?
Just do the do the damage. I'm not sure if you.
think it's
You'll just want to
damage.
roll 2d6, correct?
Yeah, 2d6.
Is there
Well,
some
he's
way
level
to-
1. Is it 1d6 right now or 2d6?
Well,
That's hard to do.
1d6 for sneak attack and then 1d6 for short bow.
Mhm.
Either way, it's
Plus
8.
3
Yeah.
because of dexterity.
So yeah, 8 damage.
Drop the troll.
6
Don't
damage.
you wish?
Quintus.
It should be
So
10 damage, actually. Right? Because 6 on the first one and then 4 more.
The 2 is just for the.
If you had advantage, which
okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
yeah, it's late
yeah,
opening here. Am I
go
tied
ahead.
up between these two, Adam? Or break
No,
it
like
away?
because you kind of like caught your breath, you got them separated, Jaeger calmed down. So now you're free to kind of move however you want.
Okay, he'll turn to her and hold up a finger and say, "One moment, I'll be back," and saunter over there.
Oh, and I should
grab the cat first. Save the kitty.
Yagra, she kicked ass in that fight, so she's jumping in on this. So I added her to the.
The turn tracker. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to I'll walk up to that troll and I'm going to try and slash his calves.
All right.
16. Oh, I guess I got both rolls in there. So 8 for the first one and 16 for the second.
8 a miss, 16 hits.
All right, 4 damage.
All right.
And he'll turn to Meryl and go, "Did I ever tell you about the time I traveled with a troubadour troupe of trolls?"
I'm way away from you, so you
He
can't
doesn't
turn to
he
me.
doesn't care.
You can tell me that.
That's okay. He's turned to Meryl.
All right.
It is a very interesting tale you have there, Turtle.
Do you have a tail as a turtle?
Yes,
Just a
probably.
little one.
Yeah, it's
Quintus,
just,
do you have a tail?
He tries to look behind him, but he cannot look around his shell. And just kind of goes in a circle.
You should notice the presence of a tail, though.
You should be able to waggle it. Or
Right.
bring it between your legs.
Corvo.
It's an old turtle.
So Corvo did not expect any of this. The bats, the troll thing.
You're still writing in your journal like all the charges brought up on the bandits and themselves. And there's a troll.
So in accordance to me being surprised by said troll and me just being curious about it, I'm going to use an action to disengage.
Right.
I'm gonna walk over here, it kind of backing up, looking at the troll, looking back at my journal, going, fuck. And I'm going to give, let's see here, metagaming, giving... I'm going to go ahead and give Durnan a bardic inspiration. Hey, Durnan, do you, just don't tell my superiors about this, and I won't tell the city about this. How about that?
So can you do bardic inspiration twice per day?
I can use it 3 times.
3 times a day? Okay, cool. I'm just keeping track. Cool.
I'm keeping
so
track as well.
You're like your inspiration is almost
Pretty much an empty threat.
yeah. You turn it Durnan, and he's already like grabbing the great sword from above the bar. See
I was curious about that greatsword.
Yeah.
Oh
Grabs it.
shit.
He springs over the bar, and as he's running at the troll, he's like, "You guys worry about the little flappy monsters." Springs into action.
This counts as a flappy monster?
Worried about the bigger one.
Yeah, not the little things.
Okay, so he points at the sturges.
Oh, I thought you meant like all of them were flappy, as in weak.
Let's see. Oh. I was hoping his multi-tag would just do the whole thing, but it doesn't.
Oh no, you have to individually and make sure you're not talking to yourself. By the way.
I think he's hiding his rolls from us because he doesn't want us to know.
It's
Is
deep.
that how you're doing it? Okay.
Wow. So,
Wow.
See, that's why I like to roll it in the open so I can be like, well, look at that.
Yep. Looky what I did.
3 1s. Boom.
so
And by the way, an automatic or a 1 is, in this game is an automatic miss. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
So,
well,
you-
that's what it's like trying to DM the other game. So just
So you guys, you've known about Durnan, like he's the guy behind the bar serving the ale, but you never really seen him in action. You kind of heard stories of him, but as soon as he jumps over the bar and grabs that great sword, he's like a different man that you've never seen before. He charges at that troll, and with 4 attacks with his great sword, he hacks into the troll, cutting it to pieces. And he yells over his shoulder, he's like, "Bonnie, get the oil!"
How did he get to like 4 attacks?
I don't know.
He's just that good.
Because he drank a haste potion before he jumped over the bar, of
I
course.
think it's
He's
part of the
level
story.
40.
So, you're like fluttering.
I think
As
Shit, I liked our chances versus that troll.
I did too. I thought we were gonna level 1 take down a troll.
It can
You did.
happen.
You
It's
did.
just unlikely.
I put damage on it. I don't know about you guys.
I
but-
did as well.
I haven't had a
Well.
turn.
So
Yeah,
me and you, we took down a troll.
the 2 little
So-
guys.
against.
I don't know that they've actually taken it down yet because the troll's going to get to go next and regenerate.
Does a 15 hit you, Corvo?
Oh yeah.
You take 7 piercing damage, and the Sturge is kind of like latched onto you.
You almost kill me.
Really?
Of course, because we have
That's
level
just
1
about
hit point.
Oh
One.
yeah. Our DM wouldn't let us start at level 2.
Bullshit.
Same thing happens to Meryl. 7 damage also latches onto you,
Ouch. Son of a.
and then, bink. Does a 14 hit you, Quintus?
No, I got a 17.
Cool. So it bounces off your shell and puncture you with its little like a needle like what's it called? Thing for training. So it tries to prick you and drain your blood, but it keeps hitting your shell.
Please stop.
Stop it. Stop it.
Please stop.
All right, troll's done. So Hazak, you see that you're attacked by these sturges.
I
Cast
managed
heal
to
on
angle
all of
it
us.
towards my friend over there. Just shoot it! I yell.
Oh, and the rest of the ones that were on the troll, they kind of like gorged themselves. They're all like kind of fat with blood, and they actually like slough off the troll and sort of flap down into the well again.
How about the one that was on me, sucking 7 points out of 10?
he's still sucking.
So, as he's sitting there drinking his beer, he kind of looks amazed that Durnan just jumped over the bar and slashed the troll. And at this point in time, his familiar has run across the room and is back on his shoulder. And all of a sudden, he sneezes. And when he sneezes, shoots a magic missile.
Like
It's
it.
each of the Sturge.
All right.
Look at that. So 2 damage to each Sturge.
Oh, three glowing darts. Yeah. So one for each.
Corvo seems disappointed.
That
Did you kill
is
him?
some great use of magic
thank
missile actually, because it takes all 3 of them out. So you're like Achoo! And it like spreads out and it hits all of the 3 which are attached to your party members. They all just kind of flop off onto the floor, sizzling a little bit from the magic missile.
Corvo steps on his that ate part of him, most of him. and starts stomping.
All right.
Forget to burn that thing. Says Hasek as he returns to his ale.
Which thing? That thing or this
Yeah.
thing?
So Bonnie comes rushing with this oil lantern. She's like, this is all I can find. He's like, oh, good enough. And he like dumps it on the troll and like sets it on fire. You see it flaming. And then he like, after like it like catches on fire, he starts like kicking pieces of it into the well, and you see like the flaming pieces of the troll, tumble down into the darkness of the well until they kind of disappear. That's how deep the well is. And just then, this gentleman kind of comes out.
I know who that guy is.
Yeah. So Durnan kind of goes back behind the bar and he kind of tries to settle the way down, but this mustachioed man walks up and he's kind of chuckling. He's like, well done. I've never seen fighting like this in this bar. Like, and trolls and those whatever those guys were that were fighting the orc. But I saw you guys do some heroic deeds. I'd like to buy you guys all drinks.
Meryl just picks up the drinks that he's already bought after he's kicked the Sturge into the fire and starts to make his way back to the corner, not listening to him.
He's like, hey, pardon me. And then he's like, you there, Tortle? I'm Volotham Gadarm. You can call me Volo.
Hello, Volo. I don't drink unless it's necessary.
Well, surely you drink something. Water?
I will have a water and hydrate.
I don't know if you'll trust the water of Waterdeep, but yeah, I'll get you water. What about the rest of your friends?
Corvo's downing a water himself, trying to sober up, and then looks like he is kind of busy.
And by the time the troll fight kind of settles down, you notice that the bandits that were there, the ones that were kind of like hit with psychic damage, kind of like recover, and they've pulled the other guys away, so they've kind of disappeared from the fight.
That would have been a cool scenario in the fight. So, I guess Corvo turns over to Hasek. He's like, don't mention anything to my captain. This did not happen.
Oh, I don't ever see him anyways. Grumpy old bastard stays in the castle.
Comes by every week. How do you not see him?
Too busy working, I guess.
Where's Volo in the picture? Oh.
Number 60. No. See number 21?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there he is. I'm like, I know he's here. But yeah, we can guys back in the corner again where the wrestling. Yagra kind of stumbles her way to the bar to order another beer.
No. I stop her. When I walked past her, I handed her the beer that I bought her.
She's like, oh. She like puts a hand on your. But then she's like, oh, I don't want to talk to Vol. He's a weird guy. She kind of like, thanks for the beer. And she kind of stumbles away.
That's why I went back to this corner.
So, Meryl, you hear, just you specifically, you hear, thank you, citizen. And somehow this invigorates you a bit.
Okay. I guess I guzzle
For
my
7
beer.
HP, which is exactly how much you needed to recover.
Yay.
Our healer, the bard.
It works for now, damn it.
Is Volo trying to hawk the copies of his book?
Well, yeah, we'll see. He takes you to a table where he doesn't have his. He has a couple copies of Volo's Guide to Monsters, but he's got like notebooks, and they're kind of like sprawling notebooks on the table that he kind of like quickly organizes and tucks into another kind of binder or whatever, and puts it off to the side. He's like, anyways, I'm Volo, Volo Thamkadarm, chronicler, wizard, celebrity, at your service. I trust you.
You're a hack.
And a disturber of the peace.
You
Are you shouting that at him?
Oh no, we don't hear this conversation at all.
I was just speaking under my breath.
Have you guys joined Corp?
No, I'm trying to ask Durnan for something that will make me feel a little bit more vigorous.
And I'm asking the half-orc if she's alright. Pardon me, ma'am. Are you okay?
Yager kind of like, now that she's got her ale from, she appreciates more than anything else. Kind of gets oddly like shy about what happened, and kind of like just tries to tuck herself away from it. She's been antisocial with you, Quintus.
I'm gonna reach.
But she does. She says she's okay. She looks a little banged up, but she'll be fine.
I'm gonna reach down and pick up the wheel of cheese and ask, "Are you hungry?"
She'll take it. She'll grab that too. Take a big bite out of it. Take a drink of ale.
Smear it in some troll grease and be like, "Oh, this will be good."
Durnan quickly mixes up a drink, but if you look closely, it almost looked like he pulled out a healing bar and like mixed it with a bunch of other stuff and slides it over to you, Corp.
I'll
And
drink it. What does it taste like, Adam?
Sprinkle of Tabasco sauce on top.
Oh.
It's like this weird, like, as you're drinking it, it's like warming you up from the inside. And we'll say your hit points are recovered. And he just like winks and says, "On the house, thanks for helping with the troll."
Slam down a couple of coppers for my previous drink. I think I'm gonna ask the others what's going on. And I point at the turtle. Come along, Hazek. Take your ale.
Don't forget your cat.
Oh, he will never forget his cat. He'll just forget its name.
What?
What is its name?
I don't remember.
Cat.
And that's its
Kitty,
name.
kitty.
I don't know. Remember.
Xanathar. Here's Xanathar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will get you in trouble.
Question, Hazek, does Corvo remember the name of your cat?
I
Is
don't
he
know.
somebody that constantly reminds you of it, or does he not know the name of your cat because you never remember?
Well, I don't know. It's up to you.
I'll
Hazek just
let
never-
you decide that.
Hazek just never remembers. Maybe
Okay,
you do know it, but you just laugh every time I say it wrong, and you don't ever let him know what it really is.
A whisper to Quintus. Its name is Mittens. Don't let him. Don't remind him, but don't let him know what it is. It's hilarious.
Quintus nods.
And Mittens is the name that you called him the first time Corvo entered your thing. So that's what he remembers it as. So where were you, Adam? Sorry.
So like you see, like Volo kind of talks to Meryl, and he's kind of like, "Hey, yeah, like I you guys about something. You got your friends."
So Meryl, when he's talking to him, he's just kind of listening to him, and he's like waiting to get a word in. But like he, when he finally is his turn to speak, he like takes the scarf that's around his neck and like pulls it down, and you can see like this horrible scar on his neck. And he like shrugs and he says, "Sorry, I can't talk." And then he just like starts chugging his beer.
"Oh, no problem. I can talk." And he kind of like walks over to Zazel.
Has like face palms.
He's like, you there? Sorry, Volodam Gadarm. I haven't seen this much blood since last time I was Baldur's Gate. Can I buy you a drink?
Well, if you're buying, I'd love a fine Silver Moon wine. That was one of the more expensive wines that's on offer back there.
Sure. Sure. He like flags down Bonnie. Bonnie comes. Get this.
Corvo stops her halfway.
Sure.
3 usuals, please.
She nods. Then
Water for him, and water for me.
Volo's like, and whatever for the tiefling.
She calls out a nice vintage of Silver Moon Red.
Bonnie nods and kind of like gives you the thumbs up to the expensive wine.
Corvo hovers over Hazix at whatever you don't drink, I will.
Okay. So do you guys follow to his little table where he has his setup?
We're getting there. I'm going to be following Quintus, listening to his tales of what
He's
the time that you had troll friends or something.
the traveling troll troubadours.
Yes.
I was in their company for 6
Did they have trombones?
So when you say the traveling troll, Volo's like ears perk up and he kind of walks over. He's like, "You don't say! You and I should get to know each other. You seem to have some stories."
Quintus is taken aback. He's Volo scared him. He kind of jumps back a little bit towards Corvus.
He's like, "I just came from Chalt. I heard you were from Chalt." And he goes to shake your
He
hand.
just grabs my hand and starts shaking it.
Yeah. It'd be great to talk to you.
I haven't been there in many, many years.
Really? I just came back from there. I was in Port Nyanzaru. So I was promoting my book. I've also been trying to gather some information for a book. I don't know if you read, but I'm selling a book called Volo's Guide to... Gives you his winning smile.
Corvo holds up a copy of the book. I already have it.
Do you?
And then he looks like a nerd in front of everybody.
But Volo rolls with it. He's like, "Oh yes, yeah, I even got a deal with the lords, the open lord to give copies of it to the guards and stuff. Yeah, so,
It's a signed copy, though.
Did I personalize it to you? I'm sorry, I can't remember your name if I did.
You should have called him the wrong name. That would have been better.
It says Alita on here,
Yeah.
but...
Doug, it's good to see you again.
He, looks a little sad. He's like, "Oh, Alita, she gave my book away. I thought we had a real connection."
Alita's my sister.
Yeah, drinking connection. Just talking about stuff.
Uh-huh. She had a smile on her face when she had her copy signed. You do anything? He has this judgmental guard look only guards have.
No, of course not. Just socializing, partying, drinking.
And then Corvo has the bardic smile appear across his face halfway through your explanation, like he was kidding the whole time.
He grins.
By the way, Quintus, you have my last bardic inspiration for tonight.
Yes.
It's like, well, so I've been looking for people like you to find a friend of mine.
So not us, people like us.
Well, you see, a lot of people at the Yawning Portal, the kind of proposition I have is, it's not big enough for some big adventurers. I keep getting the shoulder. really important. I talked to somebody who's willing to help me out. So you see, a friend of mine's gone missing. Here, come back to my table. I'll tell you all at once. Kind of makes his way back. Bonnie comes back with her. Ooh, you got skinny.
Whoa.
He turned.
Bonnie comes back with you guys.
Got dehydrated.
Yeah.
All right. Corvo will walk over to the table.
Meryl rolls his eyes when he comes back.
You feeling better?
Just
By the
nods.
way, we probably know each other from bad experiences. Like, you probably ran away from him, or he
No,
caught you at some point, but
no, probably not.
no?
No.
Quintus is just gonna kind of hang back. He's just kind of watching everything else that's going on around him. He's people watching.
So he's gonna say, I have this friend. Yeah, nice guy.
Name?
Not the smartest guy. But he's got a good heart. His name's Floon Blagmar. And he's gone missing. And I'm worried for my friend, especially with all the violence that's happening around here. You've probably noticed that, streets are not safe right now. And I'm just worried about my friend. He's a good drinking buddy. He's always fun.
Any information that you have should be directed, and then Corvo kind of stops himself.
He turns to Corvo. He's like, you of all people, you guys are so busy right now with this war in the streets that I can't even talk to the people.
It barely happens in the Castle District.
They keep pushing me off and telling me that I just have to wait a few days. I'm sure he'll come back. Yeah, he drinks, but he's never been missing this long.
How many weeks do you think it's been?
Well, it hasn't been weeks. No, it's just I expected to see him here, and he hasn't been here. So yeah, he's got more beauty than brains, and I'm worried.
Is he a spellcaster of any sort? Corvo kind of goes down the troubleshooting guide to missing persons, and
he's like, well, I just think he took a bad way home. Maybe I don't know. Maybe here
Has he been to the docks recently, sir?
He puts a sack of coins down on the table and says, I'm willing to pay you guys 10 gold now just to hear me out and look for him. And I'll even give you guys 100 each if you can find him.
I'll just go ahead and take the
You just scoop it all up.
Pocket.
Corvo also starts reciting how bribery works in this.
He's like, it's not a bribe.
And then Corvo always cuts himself off halfway through explaining it, and then remembering that he's actually in a social. And he shouldn't be wearing his armor right now, but he accidentally is.
That's why he keeps
you got
you of all people.
The
He knows that
crest on it.
So are you a city watch or a city guard?
I am guardsman. I walk around the castle district, and I protect shops from interlopers and the like.
Sounds like a city watch.
Yeah.
I could be standing around, I suppose, in front of, I guess watch is probably more apt.
Quintus will approach Volo and say, did you say Floon Bragmore?
Yeah, Floon Blagmar.
Any relation to Hans Bragmar? I worked with him at the bombastic Bragmore Barbershop Quartet for a number of years.
Corvo stops him. You worked at a barbershop?
Quartet.
In Skokie, Illinois.
I don't know. We don't really talk about family. He really talk about
I was in Muncie, Indiana.
Okay. Just checking.
Hazek, can I pet your cat?
No.
Corvo starts petting your cat anyway.
We will find your friend.
Did you submit any actual paperwork to the City Watch? Or
No,
did you walk up to a guard and make a complaint or query?
I've tried to approach certain people, but they always seem so busy. So I figured I'd just come here, and
I'll make a statement here and now and make it official to the City Watch, and I'll keep an eye out personally with my friends here.
You know what? Let's just keep this out of the City Watch. Let's just talk you and me and make a deal
What's
right
that?
now.
Where was Floon last seen?
Something fishy's going on.
So, okay. I was drinking with Floon at the Skewered Dragon. It's kind of in a shadier district in the dock ward. Sometimes I don't want to come here, and sometimes I just want a dark, quiet place to think and drink with Floon and talk about my new book. I am working on a new book. It's going to be Volo's Guide to Spirits and Specters. So
don't write it.
Sometimes I go to these places. And so I was having some drinks with Floon. It was going well. But I figured, you know what? I have to get back home. I have to start working on this book. It's not going to write itself. So I got up. And I left. Just as I was leaving, someone else approached Floon and started talking to Floon. I didn't catch who they were. But they were dressed. So you should know that Floon was dressed very nice. He was dressed very, very nice.
Is he not, by the way? Is Volo not dressed like a writer? Is he dressed more like a peasant or something?
He's dressed sort of like the picture that I shared.
Okay, so so he looks more like a commoner than a writer.
But he talks about, he's like, Floon, he gets this guilty look. He's like, okay, Floon, yeah, he kind of runs these little schemes to get money from people. I know it's, he just kind of like, he talks to these nobles and he convinces them that he's important, and sometimes they give him money for beer and stuff. So he was dressed very nice to fit in with these nobles. So you should know he's dressed very nice. When you go looking for him, I don't know who talked to him, but I had to go. I had to leave. So maybe start at the Skewered Dragon. I don't know. But he hasn't been back since.
Do have a question for you. Was he a spellcaster, and did he ever spellcast against anyone to influence their mind, or yada yada yada?
Volo laughs. Floon, a spellcaster. Oh, he would have so much more money if he was a spellcaster.
Corvo says, I'll take the case. Anybody else?
Well,
we'll keep this out of the City Watch as you requested.
Anyways, would anybody else like to buy my book?
I pass him a couple of. Pass him a couple of silver.
Oh no!
And with an address.
It's 50 gold.
Oh,
I charge 50 gold for.
I just hand him the address then.
Yeah. He's like, this is priceless information.
My family will pay handsomely for your book. Don't worry about it.
He's like, he takes the address.
How about I'll take a book as payment when we find your friend?
He nods. He's like, yeah. Oh, that sounds great. Yes.
Just to be clear, you're saying 100 gold each, yes, dear?
Yeah, so if you guys want to take a book instead, that's...
No, a book and 50 gold.
That's actually a better deal than 100 gold, really.
But he
less taxes that way, Corvo says.
He nods. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Corvo says, I'll do it as a duty of a watchman. Nothing more is needed. Since Corvo lives in a uppity part of town, he doesn't really need that kind of compensation.
We could we'll split his share amongst us. She winks.
Meryl nods his head.
So Flood was last seen at the Skewered Dragon. Do you know who he was talking to?
Well.
Other than yourself, of course.
He says the Skewered Dragon is not the it's not the fanciest of places. A lot of shady people go there, and that's kind of why we like to go there sometimes and just
slum it.
Yeah. People watch. I like to people watch. I'm a writer. I like to people. Sometimes I like to go to areas I shouldn't be going to.
People watch all the time, and nobody tries to kidnap me. What was he up to?
He was running a scam on somebody, probably, right? Right, Volo?
I point at Zazel. She has a point. What was he doing there?
He was there with me, having drinks. That's it.
Well,
what is Floon's profession?
So he was going to be meeting up with someone. Well, he had already met up with them later. So, okay, he had met someone for lunch. I didn't ask questions. He seemed happy. He had money. He offered me beer. I drank beer with him at the Skewered Dragon.
That's all you know.
Does Fluid usually have money? His pockets usually full?
He, not...
That's actually pretty good, Mike.
This is not consistently. He... Well, I shouldn't say that. He gets a regular income from a friend of his, and then he occasionally gets some extra income sporadically.
So he's not in the habit of always buying drinks then. His pockets were heavy.
No, that's why I had to take him up on that deal. Not often that he buys me drinks. Usually I'm buying his.
So you drank together at the bar, and then what? You parted company at the bar?
Yeah, well, I wanted to come home. I've been putting off
the
writing this book.
Write itself, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
What time did you leave him?
I can't quite remember. Not too late. Probably. I don't know if the same time, like 8 o'clock ish, 9 o'clock ish.
This was 8 o'clock yesterday?
2 nights ago. But I was supposed to meet him yesterday. He never showed. I got concerned. Then today I figured I'll ask the guards. I got the cold shoulder. I know they're busy. They don't want to deal with missing person. Missing for a day. So I came here.
Well, we do look into missing persons regardless of our... And Corvo starts rattling on, and then he brings up to a point. Did you ever visit his local residence?
He turns to you and says, you might think you guys look into the missing person, but you don't as often as you say. I know it's like part of the code.
Corvo seems rather sad at this news.
It's like, you seem, let's see, more by the book than a lot of other watchmen.
He was born and raised as a watchman. And he,
no offense.
does a thumb to himself.
So, Zazel purrs, my duty-addled friend does have a point, though. Do you know where exactly he lives?
He's... it's hard. He kind of like skirts around it. He's like, I don't know if he has a fixed address. He kind of stays with women. He likes women. He's a handsome man.
Any favorites currently?
Many women friends. Nothing stable right now. He's been staying with me more often than not. Usually passed out on my couch.
Are you saying that you are his current residence and that's why you're concerned?
Well, yes, but as a friend, I just haven't seen him.
We understand completely that this is completely friend oriented.
And if it's not, we don't judge, right, boys?
Exactly. I don't care.
Oscar the cat judges.
I start petting the cat.
Does he have
Meryl,
any?
Meryl holds
Does,
up his hand and kind of shakes it a little bit, and like, maybe he might.
You guys can
care.
roll insight checks on.
Insight. Yowza.
Paying attention to the cat.
Are we supposed to roll the stuff in the tower at all?
There is
No tower. Actually, you could roll it to the DM, but how would you do that?
It's like
I think it's manually. Just
You
no
have to-
character sheet action.
All right. What do we
You
think?
can like
Yeah.
whisper. You can set your seat to whisper to the GM.
Okay.
So Meryl,
Doing it.
Quintus, and Zazel all got the. You get the sense that Volo is coming from like a good-hearted position. He's just a concerned friend who hasn't seen his friend in a while. And you can tell that he's afraid that whatever's happening on the streets might be is a reason for his fear. Like if things were peaceful in Waterdeep, he allowed more days to go by before getting worried about Floon. But because of the gang wars between
So, this is Corvo asking him, is this against, do you think it's the Zentara? Had a lot of problems with them? Or is it somebody else?
well, I don't know if it's the Zentarum or the Xanathar Guild.
Xanathar Guild, huh?
Well, those are the two.
Just
And that's
butting
where-
heads together, but is he a part of any of them? Is he affiliated with either?
No.
Okay, so Corvo looks at Azazel. It's like, what do you think? I barely heard you speak, as he's clearly occupied with the cat and not anybody else.
Zazel shrugs and says, "Well, where would he have gone? Does he have any places he hangs out?"
Oh, well, like I said, I was drinking with him at the Skewered Dragon that night.
But
That's
does
where
he
he
have any
was.
other normal haunts that we could check if that doesn't turn up any clues?
Well, here, often here, or I have a small apartment. I also he trails off about something else. Well, I won't
So
bother
the
you.
dragon, what was it?
Skewered Dragon.
Skewer Dragon. Floon
And this
Bragmar.
place. So let's all ask the person that's probably been here the longest, Dernan. You're coming with us, Xanathar. Or, what's his name? Volo. You're coming with us. We're going to be asking Dernan a couple of questions with you present. Just to make sure the facts are straight, you don't have to say anything. Tug on my tunic if anything is wrong, if you feel to remain anonymous. And then we can go over to the Skewered Dragon. Again, you can remain outside, or you can come with us and, again, tug on my cloak if we get anything wrong, whisper whatever you want. You can remain completely anonymous, and everything's peachy. Understood?
No,
No?
I'm staying here. I'm drinking. I paid you 10 gold. You took the gold. You go
Okay.
find.
I didn't take anything. And he
Hey,
points to himself as a personal individual.
He points at Meryl and says, You took the gold. I paid you for a job.
Okay, so
staying here.
he's doing it, and he points at Meryl.
Yeah. I will go with you to Durnan. We can talk to Durnan. I'm safe near Durnan. I am
So
not
it's
safe.
something about the skewered dragon that you're afraid of. I understand. Please write everything you have that
He
you
says,
know
I
about
don't
this
think
guy
you.
on a note.
I don't think you know exactly how your citizens are feeling. I don't think
Well,
how you're
of course not. I run the castle district, or
Yes.
castle ward. I don't know anything about the other wards.
See, you should go down to the dock ward, and maybe you will understand why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling.
I heard a lot of negativity about that spot, and maybe a couple of missing limbs from our guardsmen. I suppose that is cause for concern.
He's like, all I know is I'm going to stay in well-lit streets, in taverns I know, for a while, until
That's good.
everything calms down.
Do we have a description of what this guy actually looks like?
Not yet.
He kind of gives you. See if I have a loose description or.
Do you have? Does he have an actual token you can throw him on here for a bit? Kind of understand what he looks like.
Don't think he does. Yeah, it's his token here. I'll show you. Wink.
Floon.
Loon Blagma. But he's like handsome, long,
He's a handsome human male, right?
human. Yep.
Well dressed from your description,
Mm-hmm.
He
Yep.
knows people.
and
He
heavy
knows
pockets
things.
at the time.
He's an escort of sort.
What color's his hair?
You could just make
His,
something up for now.
his hair is kind of a reddish color.
There you go. He was a Get it. So let's talk with Durnan, and then we, as a group of 5, will move over to the skewered dragon.
Sounds good.
All right.
Hey, Bonnie, can you get me a ale, please?
She's like, oh yeah, yep. And she
4 of them.
She even goes behind the bar and starts herself. You see Durnan's kind of like busy like cleaning up the bar and kind of getting people clean up the mess around and just kind of get things kind of back on track. The troll fight.
And 1 water. If I remember correctly, our turtle friend is more of a purist.
I only drink when I need to.
Fiji, bottled water.
He likes the dewdrops that appear on the south side of the volcano.
I abstain till it's necessary.
And those must smell like rotten eggs, then. And could we have the company of Durnan, by the way? We kind of need him for a personal investigation.
So he stops what he's doing just kind of just long enough to be like, okay, what is it? I'm busy. I gotta kind of do some damage control.
My family will pay for any inconvenience, but can we have your undivided attention for about 5 minutes over at table 4?
Right here. Do it right here.
Right here?
I got stuff to do. I'll answer questions. 5 minutes right here. I'll keep doing what I'm doing.
Well, Corvo lets out a loud whistle,
And you can
and
see
he's looking at you 4.
at the moment he's like cleaning off his greatsword, and it's an impressive looking greatsword actually.
Unfortunately, Corvo misses all cues as to what he's trying to do as he's looking towards his posse of
Mhm.
people.
And he's not like in a threatening manner. He's just cleaning his great sword.
Oh yeah. It's just Corvo missed the cleaning of the the ogre? No, it wasn't an ogre. It was
Troll.
a troll slayer. There you go. Troll slayer greatsword. Are any of you coming, or is Corvo gonna look awkward as hell?
Hold on. I'm making my way there.
Volo as well, probably.
Yeah, you said you wanted Volo.
Meryl just sits there.
Meryl's like on
Keeps
top
drinking.
of the barrels. A cat's up there too. Is Mayhem.
Yeah, Meryl's just going to sit there. He's going to just kind of keep watching Volo, see how he acts.
All right. Corvo, being the noble child as he is, he will also send you a drink over there, Meryl.
I'll drink it.
It's whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Turn kind of like, oh, okay, ask your questions.
So, a anonymous friend of ours has given us a quest to find a friend of his.
Not that anonymous. His name's Volo.
Damn it.
He like points at Volo, who's standing like sheepishly kind of by you. He's like, I'm pretty sure Volo is the least anonymous person in the place.
Has he asked everybody in this bar about this friend of his? Then you know the questions I'm about to ask.
Possibly, but ask away.
When was the last time you seen him? And it looks like Corvo has that here we go again look on his face.
Floon? I saw Floon 3 nights ago. He was here. It wasn't... Yeah, he seemed to be... He was here alone. He wasn't with Volo, which is kind of rare, actually. Chatting with a group of well-dressed people. He was well-dressed himself.
Are those people here at the moment, or are they no longer?
I haven't seen them since, actually. They're not regular customers. Look like nobles to me.
Did it look like he was financially endowed at the point of him here?
No, they only had a few drinks, and the woman that was at the table paid for them.
The woman, you say?
Yeah.
Any name to this woman, or is it woman, as far as you know?
It's, as far as I know. Not to be insulting. I just...
Facial features at all? Was she scaly? And Corvo kind of does the Cthulhu face.
Very pretty. As Floon seems to... is definitely Floon's type. He goes for these pretty noble women. Usually the young daughter of a noble house. Tries to impress them. Occasionally brings them in here. I think this is just one of those people. The person with her looked to be maybe like a overprotective brother.
Sorry to bring race into this, but were they all human? Were they elves?
Human. They were human.
Human. Okay.
Did Hazel serve him? Or what's the name of the
Bonnie?
Bonnie.
Did Bonnie serve them?
Probably. I believe so.
Okay.
If she's busy enough to seen thousands of faces by now.
Yeah, but you know what? Nobles are rich and they tip, and that tends to get the attention of the servers.
Well, I tip and I never get her notice.
What you noticed, Quintus, since you kind of like were trying to strike up a conversation with Bonnie over the last like day or so, or whatever, you know that Bonnie is a hardworking person, and what you kind of have got from her, just from observing her, because even though you might not be able to talk to her because she's so busy, you have noticed that she's a really good server, and she almost be able to read people and know what they're going to be doing. Like she's very, very savvy at what she does, which is probably why she's so successful.
Okay.
She kind of comes by and she's like, "Well, what are y'all talking about?"
You, Corvin says. Corvo says.
She gets this like kind of shy look, like, "Oh, okay. Good things, I hope."
Yeah.
And then she's like,
Waiting for you.
herself.
Yeah, Quintus, always good things, Bonnie. We need your help.
She's like, "Oh, thanks, Quintus," and she kind of like touches your shoulder.
Scaly.
Slimy.
Slimy. We need some help finding a man or information about him.
Which man?
Flu.
And she
Corvo
sees-
has a rough sketch at this point.
She sees Bolo and she's like, "Oh, soon."
No relation to Hans, Bragmore. I asked.
Who?
Corvo
Bragmore's
sticks his tongue.
bombastic barbership quartet. I told you about this the other night, Bonnie.
Oh, right. You have such strange friends.
I've been all over.
Speaking of new friends, did you happen to notice the nobles that Flood was with the other night?
I don't personally know them.
Did you happen to pick up? Here's the thing: he's gone missing, and we're a bit worried about him. Trying to help old Volvo here find his friend, and that was one of the last places he was seen. We're wondering perhaps if he got into some trouble with one of the nobles, or if we could maybe find out who they were. Any idea who they might be?
Nobles
Can I,
being nobles also have their insignias displayed somewhere on their clothing. Corvo points at his, albeit small, it's still there.
She's like, not a well-known nobles. I couldn't tell you. I didn't say, yeah.
Do you happen to notice an accent or catch a name that they used in conversation?
No, she's like, I try to keep my nose out of that kind of nose around here. I just serve drinks and try to be friendly and kind of know what people want.
Did you recall? Did they leave together?
They did leave. Actually, no. I'm mistaken. They meant to leave together. They kind of got up at the same time. The two nobles you spoke of, they left first. Floon double backed with a smile on his face and went to the bar and ordered one more. He seemed quite happy after the meeting with two people.
So he didn't leave with them.
No.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Well, he wasn't missing until 3 days later.
No, but the following night he was with Volvo, and he already had his coin. So this may have been the group that he got in with. We just don't know. But it's something. Well, thank you, Bonnie. We appreciate your help, dear. She smiles sweetly.
Oh, no problem. I hope you find him.
Let's head out to this skewered dragon, was it?
Skewer dragon along the docks.
All right.
Scary
Yeah.
place. Lead on, Quintus.
As we're
Okay.
going out, Zazel's going to wait until everyone's clear of Volo, and then she's going to kind of tuck in real close and whisper to him, I know you're holding something back. If we're going to find your friend, it might be helpful to know, and you can trust me. I'm not with the Watch, and I'm known for my discretion. Tell me, and I'll make sure that we do our best to find him.
Out of character, clearly out of earshot.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So, what he does say to you is, the only thing that I'm holding back, that I'm a bit of a coward. Don't tell the others.
Is she buying that?
Roll an insight.
All of us, or just him?
You do buy that. You do think that his heart's in the right place.
Okay.
Afraid to go on the streets.
I will. Your secret's safe with me, and I'll look forward to a signed copy of that book of yours. She winks playfully and scoots on after the others.
If you find Floon, I guarantee it. Even signed, personalized. That was Zazel? He kind of puts his hand out again to shake your hand.
Okay. She'll offer it to him like a lady, like she's supposed to kiss it.
Like he's supposed to kiss your hand? Or vice versa?
No. You know how you kiss a lady's hand?
Yeah, like kind of like a dainty hand gesture. He'll totally kiss it. He's totally all over that.
All right. Well,
She totally paws her hand in front of his face.
Yeah. She just offers it to him, and she's a criminal, and her background is she's a confidence. She's a grifter. So she's always trying to, she tries to make friends and she's very sweet to everybody.
I suppose we didn't go over characters.
Nope, we did not. But
we'll find out as we play.
Yeah, only some of us know each other. I think Quintus and Corvo.
And that's what I was kind of hoping like characters would come. But Volo totally thinks like, oh, I didn't know I was with you. Kisses your hand, gives you a smile.
Yeah. Well, she's dressed nicely and she speaks nicely. That's what I was saying. If there are other criminals in the party, she may know them. That you guys, we may have like other connections, But
we do know each other's races, correct?
Well, yeah. Well, she's got horns coming out of her head, so
yeah,
she's not a half elf.
And I'm a walking, talking turtle.
Yeah,
I'm a half elf.
It's kind of obvious.
Not exactly obvious with Corvo. Go ahead.
I am not a dwarf.
Uh-huh.
And Merle.
Mm-hmm.
Merle is either a very short human, a very skinny dwarf, or a halfling.
No, he's a halfling.
You'll never know.
No, he's not wearing feet. And shoes. He's got hairy feet. So
he's not wearing.
Also, do dwarves.
My God, he's a double amputee.
Yeah. Oh no.
All right. So Quintus is leading the way to the Skewered Dragon.
I have a question for Quintus.
Yes.
Do you actually know where the Skewered Dragon is?
Yes. Quintus has been around. He's seen a lot of things. He's drank there a few times.
He has that turtle memory.
That's right. A turtle. Wait a minute.
That's actually a very long memory since they have a very long life.
Yep.
By the way,
he is an old turtle.
Now, if I said he had a goldfish memory, like Hazak here.
Oh, Xanthar's pet? Where are we?
So, the yawning portal is kind of squared off.
Oh, there it is.
But if you go down Snail Street, they tell you to go down Snail Street to Troll Crook Alley and down Zastro Street The reason they didn't say go down Snail Street all the way down to Lane was they said that there's a scene down on Snail Street that's going down. It looks like the city guards could go down there and talk to the city guard, see what's up, but just kind of like the word you get from the Yawning Portal, don't go down there. There's kind of a crime scene going on.
Does our town guard know what's happening over there?
No, I don't.
No.
Nothing's came over the CB.
The dock ward is not his ward. His ward is actually Castle Ward. That's the only ward he knows of.
You should butt in there and find out what's going on. Hey, fellas, I just got word from the precinct that we had a shakedown here. What can you tell me?
Got like a little blue light that runs on his
I have a
helmet.
question for the DM then.
Sure.
Does the dock ward and castle ward wear different uniforms, or is it all universal?
We'll say it's all universal.
Okay, so, I mean, there's no reason why I can't walk up to them and ask them what's going on, right? So I ask them, what's going on?
Sure. So
It's a 186 and a 93.
Got a 420 in my vector, Victor.
Wow.
As you turn the corner, you find yourselves on a street that has been cordoned off by a city watch. Lying on the cobblestone are a half-dozen corpses, seemingly the victims of some terrible skirmish. Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans and are in the midst of questioning witnesses. One of the officers sees you, and he's kind of like ushering you guys, like, get on, nothing to see here. But then he's Corvo. Corvo! Off duty, I see. What you doing here?
Oh, I'm going over to a bar with my couple of friends. What's going on? You don't need to tell me every detail, but, you know.
Oh, you know the same thing.
All the wards affect each other, brethren. What's going on?
Zentarum and the Xanathar. Yeah, we got another bloody fight here.
Number of casualties?
If you're
Corvo's work mode turns on.
what you do notice is
You want me to make a roll for that, or?
Actually, everyone roll perception. See.
Perception checks all around.
Of course, the turtle is focused on getting to the dragon.
Yeah,
the
he's
skewer
still
dragon.
he's going down Troll Crook, and then he turns around and notices you guys aren't behind him anymore. Oh.
Or you just haven't caught up yet. You're like, wait up,
You say we're in Troll Crook Alley?
No, we're on Snail Street, aren't we? We didn't go down Troll Crook.
Yeah. You went down Snail Street to see what the hubbub was about.
And how's it work on this roll window? Like the first number is what we got, and then the second number is what?
So-
Advantage.
If you,
Yeah, everything rolls with advantage.
Okay.
Or disadvantage,
yeah.
but-
So
You can change
you can
that.
turn that off.
yeah, I'm gonna
if you
turn it off
want to.
on mine.
I have it ask me what it is, right? So here, if I roll perception, do you want to do a normal roll, advantage roll, or disadvantage roll? I only get one number. One horrible number.
Ouch.
Right. That's kind of canon, because Corvo's probably getting closest because he's got the connections. The rest of you gotta stay back.
Probably, yeah. Back.
But what Corvo sees is kind of like the hint of a tattoo on the one guy's neck of a kind of like a flying snake. Actually, I have a.
That's a Zent.
Flying snake, is it a dragon?
Ooh, bad
That's
guys.
easy. And you know that's the Zentarum. So one of the dead people was part of the Zentarum.
Okay, so something that the guard accidentally spilled over, I suppose. Like, alright, mind if we cut across? We're trying to get to a bar. We won't disturb anything, I promise.
The guy's kind of friendly. He's like, "Where are you going? You blowing off some steam?"
Skewer dragon, actually.
And he kind
One of my
points-
friends said that they make a mean drink, man. Fire whiskey with a couple of unknown herbs in there. Whoo, boy.
It's like, are you looking for trouble?
No.
You don't need to blow off. You're like bringing your work home if you go to the Skewered Dragon.
No, it was one of my friends, honest. Volo, you know the guy? Says that this
No.
place has the best.
It's like,
So,
the book
See-
writer?
Yes, the book writer.
Zazel's going to say in Corvo's brain, I can't believe you're lying to the police.
Is he lying, though? You have to ask yourself, is Corvo lying?
Well, she put it in your head. I don't know. You can.
Yeah.
Because why else would they go there, right?
She smiles.
Question about your telepathic ability. Am I able to respond back, or is it a one-way street?
It's a ability. I don't know. How do you guys play more than me? How do you guys normally play that?
Well, if it's a spell, it's normally a two-way street.
It's an ability.
Where I'm allowed to speak back to you.
Yeah, I don't know, Adam. How does that work?
So it's part of your character build, right?
Well, it's the warlock ability.
Do you know what a warlock ability it is?
Yeah, it's called Awakened Mind.
So you don't need. I think it's just one way with that.
Okay.
Doesn't say anything about people responding back.
I'm sure it's been discussed ad nauseum on the forum somewhere.
But I'm going to say that Corvo, you've been around Zazel long enough to like know that this is the thing that Zazel does to you. Like occasionally speaks in your mind. Usually, kind of like
So for the hour I've known her.
you've known each other longer than that.
Let's say we've been in a few scrapes together.
I caught you once, let you go. You have a couple of edicts against you.
She always manages to kind of dodge the law, but she's also helped you out a few times. She's given you information, a lot of tips that's helped you get promoted a couple times. So she's kind of like your like a snitch for you sometimes.
So promoted 0 times, but has helped me out.
Yeah. Well, your first level. What do you want?
And it's playful stuff. Like she's more playful teasing than.
She's never mean.
Borderline manipulated the minds of officials, but I've constantly let her go.
Yeah. Well, like I said, she helps you out. Like she seems to like you. Make sure that you're always. She'll let you know if something's going down on your beat, and you get the credit for it.
So, what did the other more district heavy on guard dudes do? They'll let me pass, or they're like, oh yeah, you can go around on this this way, that way.
They'll let you pass. They'll like kind of usher you kind of off to the side.
All
They
of
had
us?
just
All of us?
yeah, all of you. Because they kind of like have secured the scene and they kind of take you off to the side so you guys can walk by.
I do ask one of them aside, if anything happens in there, make sure the whole precinct is on my ass. Because I did hear all the rumors about this place. I'm sure of that. Like, as a guardsman, I would know that this place is actually kind of sketchy.
The guy, as he like closes off the court street on the, like they lead you through to the other side and they close it off again. And the friendly guy was like, "Hey, buddy, if you know the rumors and you're going there anyways, it's kind of your ass."
Corvo just gives a thumbs up. Thanks, bro.
But if I don't see you in a couple days, I'll
Just let my family know.
put out a bolo on you.
Is there an easy way we can make him not look like a city watchman?
Yeah, I can change clothes.
Just ruffle his hair a bit.
She says,
No, I have the uniform on. It's kind of.
She says,
I say I have a change of clothes. If you want me to change clothes.
Yeah, and you know that he can quick change out of his clothes and back into his clothes, and both serve a purpose.
It's literally a tunic.
Okay, do we need to find you a phone booth?
Definitely.
No, but you can stand in front of me.
Yeah, she ain't gonna
He's
take up much.
pulling that suave Corvo bullshit on you.
He just climbs into Quintus's shell, and then climbs down. He's changed.
And somehow you have it on you now, Quintus. You are
I'm now wearing the uniform.
Turtle.
You're wearing the uniform.
Yeah, not happening.
Whenever Corvo flirts with Zazel, she seems like she's into it. Like
that makes him very apprehensive.
No, she always makes him feel good about himself.
Nope. Apprehensive. Outside, cool. Inside, nope. Insecure as hell.
Okay, well.
Ooh, what are these boxes?
Oh, more boxes showed up.
So as you kind of like continue way down the snail street and lane, you kind of can see kind of down the lane over here, the kind of like pale blue boxes is the skewered dragon. But along the way, you see a very which is the box called Old Zoblob Shop. And the reason it catches your eye is there's actually a beholder kind of it's like a kind of like a sculpture, and in its main eye is like a mirror that like you can, as you catch your own face in the mirror of its eye, and then you see all the eyes around it, and I'll actually show you.
Nice.
But it looks like
the main eye has a reflective property. How about the other 10 eyes or so? 12 eyes?
The rest just look like kind of taxidermy eyes, like kind of fake eyes. So a cloud of lavender scented smoke trails out of the shop's door.
What's that again now?
Let's see.
All right, Hasek. What's up?
Lavender.
Plus.
I'm allergic to
hands you
lavender.
a tissue.
From what you can get from the outside, it looks like a strange trinket store.
Ooh.
I'm wondering if Hasek is just allergic to the city, or is it just the flowers?
The flowers.
Can I hold on to your cat?
Can I have?
I kind of love that Hasek is allergic to lavender.
Hazek is allergic to a lot of things. I don't think I'm going to go in that shop.
I cast Prestidigitation and make the airwaves around your nose clean air.
Is anybody trained in Arcana?
Yeah. I think so.
Nope.
Our wizard is, hopefully.
Oh, no, I don't think I took Arcana.
Actually, the warlock did.
Warlock
History.
did.
History, investigation, persuasion.
Yep.
Anybody who is trained in Arcana can roll an Arcana check.
Ugh.
Oh.
Womp womp.
Well, I have Jack of all trades. Can I use it?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's up to you.
I would say why not, because that's what bards are good for.
And your bar with a city watch.
He knows a little bit about everything.
We'll say you're curious enough, but I'm going to say you roll disadvantage.
Making sure that Jack of all trades is actually toggled on. It wasn't.
Hey!
Ooh,
Nicely done with disadvantage.
Corvo.
So you're like looking at this beholder in the window. You see the mirror. You're like, oh. You see your reflection, but one of the eyes seems different than the other of the kind of tentacle eyes, the eye stalks, and you almost look like it's some sort of like scrying device, like it's watching the streets.
I point this out to our more magically inclined friends. They probably understand what I'm saying. Dude, do you see this? And since I don't actually understand it, I point it out to the people that do, and they're able to explain what's going on. So which one of you actually wants to explain?
Well, Meryl steps to the side so he's not in front of it.
Does
He's out of
Zazel
its,
understand?
range.
As soon as Corvo points it out, you feel kind of dumb for not spotting it yourself. But yeah, it does look like some sort of scrying device, as if the shop owner has kind of set up this kind of like focus to look and then surveil Fillet Lane and like the comings and goings. So if Floon was on Fillet Lane, this shop owner might have seen him go by the shop.
Corvo.
So basically, security camera in the shape of a beholder. Good
Yeah.
job.
Corvo, you're well trained as a watchman. You don't even know anything about magic, love, and you caught that, and she'll give you a nice little pat on the cheek, approvingly. What's the rest
Well,
of you
now
didn't
hold
notice
his
that?
cheek and wish it was washed. No.
So then she nods to the shop. Let's start our questions there, huh?
Well, the only question is, hey, did your security system pick up this guy?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we won't go into it too much deeper unless there's a trapdoor, and then I have to actually call upon my brother.
So, since I'm from this area, could I make an insight check to see if I kind of know this shop at all?
Sure, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Would it be insight or would it be...
Reception would probably be his best ability, or probably a straight up knowledge like history or insight.
Well, insight or perception are my highest.
Oh, there you go.
So
DM
I guess roll a perception with advantage on if you'd seen this shop. It's a pretty catchy shop, so that's why I say with advantage.
okay. So it looks like a 13.
13. So you'd walked by it before. It's just like very purple. It's got like these deep purples and the beholder in the window.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very eye-catching. And you just kind of heard on the street that it's a trinket store.
Okay.
You haven't really gone in there before.
So
You guys going in?
So the beholder is not any significance for being tied to Xanathars.
You're unsure about the tie to Xanathar. Like you're unsure whether it seems like a strange place. You're not sure if they're there because they're weird, or if they put the beholder there if there's ties to Xanathar.
Okay.
But
It's like a pawn shop, pretty much.
Yeah. Neither have been denied. You can't say one discount one theory or another.
We would have to go inside to figure it out.
Gonna go inside, fellas?
Let's.
Yep. I point Hazek and Quintus, who I assume don't know what's going on yet.
Nope, he's got no clue. He's He's still walking towards you guys.
Yeah. On Snail Street, of all places. As soon as you open the door, like more of that lavender, like smoke kind of billows out.
And you still have prestidigitation on you there, Hazak. Hopefully you don't sneeze, but probably.
So every wall is painted per every dusty knickknack on the shelves is dyed a deep violet. The hairless old gnome sitting cross-legged on the counter wears plum-colored robes. His cheeks are
Did you say a hairless gnome?
Yeah, hairless
Impossible.
old gnome. His cheeks are decorated with 9 face-painted eyes. The gnome lowers a pipe and exhales a. It's like a big hookah, and it's got like several hooks coming from it. And he's smoking from one of the hookahs, just like Alice in Wonderland. And he exhales smoke and raises a hand and says, "Hail and well met! Come browse the shelves of my most curious curiosity shop in the world." And he kind of...
Mike, do you want to coin flip this, or do you want to take care of it, since
He's a bit wobbly.
I'm a half-elf that looks kind of like a handsome human? So if I walk up there, have you seen a handsome human around? It might seem like a pickup line. Do you want to take it?
Sure. Yes.
Right, go ahead.
She'll walk up to the gnome and say, "This is quite an impressive shop you have."
Thank you. Yeah, the good stuff's in the back.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We would certainly like to have a gander. We
I'm gonna sneak on back to the back then.
Sure. Yeah. As soon as you go back there, you see that this is where all like the quote unquote incense are, and they're labeled like essence of lavender, dash of purple, all these like fancy names. But if you roll, I guess a knowledge check. I'm trying to think, what are the knowledge checks? Like history, but I think of like a
So
street.
the knowledge checks that you are Arcana, Nature, or what's the other one? That's History.
I'm gonna say Nature. It's a Nature check. All natural products.
Wow, you killed it.
So you recognize all of them. Like they're all these different herbs that have been like possibly gathered around the city, and all have different effects. But all are basically drugs to get you high.
Cool.
And I ask the dude across the camp, do you have anything for allergies? I currently have a spell running on my friend, and as you can see, it's explosive.
I deal in knickknacks and trinkets and a little bit of essence of lavender. And he takes another big hit of like, you hear like the water bubbling in the and he breathes out this big purple smoke. There's other hoses. Would you like some? First time's free.
Is it addictive? And he gets that guardsman glare.
He looks at you and says, "It is mind-opening."
Yep. So she'll whisper into the watchman's head. Now, let's stay on task here. We want this guy to be friendly. She's going to say to the gnome, so we were wondering if we could purchase a little insight from you.
I thought we wanted information. Not bullshit.
What do you want to know?
Well, I took a great interest in your wonderful beholder out front there, and I noticed that he has many eyes. Or actually, she won't say I noticed. She says it was pointed out to me.
Oh,
that he
you
has...
take credit for that, man. Just take credit,
okay.
and my character will be none the wiser. Go ahead and take credit for it.
She says, it was pointed out that you have a very observant beholder out there, and we lost a friend 2 nights ago at the what is that place? The Dragon? The
Skewered Dragon.
Yeah.
Skewered.
At the Skewered Dragon. Good looking chap. And she'll go on to describe him. We're wondering if your friend out there noticed anything.
Roll a charisma persuasion. If you're persuading, persuasion check.
All right.
He absentmindedly grabs a trinket off the shelf near him. It's like a small little duck. He kind of like taps its head and kind of like starts waddling across his desk that he's sitting on.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, ah!
Corvo's too easily distracted, and he asks, "What's up with the duck?"
But your persuasion check does work. Oh, the beholder. Yes, it's many things. And he kind of like raises sprayed fingers above his head and talks and goes, many different points of view.
Indeed.
But yes, I can check to see if I have seen anything.
Okay. Who got the 10 gold?
Meryl.
Okay,
You guys could have all taken 10
I
gold.
didn't take any.
Okay,
10.
well, she'll just take the 10 gold out of her pouch that she got and lay it on the counter and say, "For your troubles, we wouldn't bother you for coming asking for free."
Oh yes. He like straightens himself up and like hops, like cushion that he takes whatever you offer him, and he kind of walks over to the beholder. And what you guys didn't really notice was the beholder sculpture has like sections to it, and he kind of like spins it around and pops off, sort of like a mask, and he puts the mask on his face. And he's like, "What does your friend look like?"
We'll show him the sketch.
All right.
Corvo holds out a sketch of him.
Sure. He looks like he's scanning through something. His eyes kind of blank, more blank than they were before. And he pauses and he says, "Oh, I see 2 such men. Very similar, both red hair, both human, walking together. Walking together away from the Skewered Dragon."
Corvo is happy that he brought his crayons.
What can you tell when they were leaving?
And quite late, probably about midnight, and it looks like there's some people following them. Yes.
Shadowed and cloaked, or faces visible?
He kind of pops the mask off, and he's like, oh, I couldn't... they were kind of hiding in the shadows. I couldn't get a good look, but they followed them from the Skewered Dragon, I believe.
So they're leaving the Skewered Dragon, and then these 2 followed them from said establishment?
He says, so 2 men with red hair leaving the ski, and then several more men, maybe half a dozen, following after. That is what the beholder saw. And he kind of like raises his arms, like majestically.
What direction were they traveling? Were they on Fillet? Or were they going down?
I believe they were. He's like, they were on Fillet Lane towards Snail Street.
And this was 2 nights ago?
Yes, it was.
Looking, which way is Nail Street here?
Snail
Oh,
Street.
Snail Street.
Nail Street is where it was
Just to the
cordoned off.
west.
Right.
Yeah.
So they would have gone here, and then they would have probably turned left or right if they hadn't gone into this alleyway here. All right. Well, thank you. Did you notice anything else?
Oh, the beholder only saw that.
Okay.
Would you like to buy a trinket?
No.
I'm out. I'm out of gold.
What do you have? Because my family would be very much interested in that device. He points at his mask and the thing outside.
I don't think that's for sale.
Well, more of a setup than anything else.
Roll a D100. To actually roll. Each one of you roll a D100. See what catches your eyes. The shelves.
Ooh, trinkets.
So
We all roll high and we don't get anything cool. Calling it right.
Staff of Power.
So Quintus, you notice a nightcap with like a pom-pom on the end. It's all funny colors, and the label says Dream Cap. Corvo, you notice a strange purple holy symbol to a god you've never seen before. Zazel, a strange set of like purple, like crochet needles.
Crochet needles?
What do these? What do these do?
He's like, they knit.
Corvo laughs at Azazel.
What are these for?
No, but are they like enchanted at all, or do they do anything? Or
They just
they knit.
they're just purple knitting needles.
okay,
They're only a silver. Would you like them?
Corvo slams down a silver piece. Yes, she'll have them. And he laughs.
oh, all right, I'll take my knitting needles.
Nice. Improvised weapon. So Meryl, you find a small purple statuette of the most smug halfling ever seen. You're like staring at it and you're like, that guy is so smug. Kind of annoys me.
It's Meryl. It's a statue of Meryl.
His arms crossed, chin up, eyes down and closed. Looking better than you.
And as for you, Hazek, you notice it's like a fancy deed. Like it's almost like a legal document, but it's like on this like lavender paper with like deep writing, and it's even got these like sparkles like on it. It's been like bejeweled. It's like a super fancy legal document. Who would do this?
Starting to feel like my daughter's bedroom, who's absolutely in love with the color purple. Everything's purple.
Super fancy legal document, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Buy it.
It's probably somebody's soul.
I'll buy it.
Yeah.
It's also 1 silver. And he says, "That is the deed to the Dreamlands."
To the what?
The Dreamlands. There's a matching cap to go with it. He like points at Quintus.
Holds it up.
Purple by chance?
I sleep in my shell. I don't need this.
I
think a turtle with a nightcap is kind of cool looking.
Do I
Sorry, go ahead.
notice the stuff in the back? Is that like illegal stuff? Illegal drugs?
Um,
To be fair, there's nothing in the legal document about drugs, so keep that in mind.
yeah, it's like we're gonna say it's like if it's substance that or sort of mind altering mind substances that the city hasn't really come around to like legalizing or illegalizing. Like they're just there, and some people use these substances, some don't.
Gotcha.
They do say that if you use magic, which is magic herbs in this sense, if you use it on an official, it is illegal.
Yes, we'll say that. Yeah, that dosing people would be illegal, but taking it yourself willingly, not so much.
So you can't do
Or
it
an
properly.
official willingly is not illegal.
Gotcha.
So do you want to
And
make it
that's
over?
how we legalized weed in all of 5th edition. Good job, everyone.
Woo! Do you guys want to make it over to the Obscure Dragon before we come to a close?
Maybe
Sure.
close it there.
Right. So you wander across the street. Obscure Dragon. The Obscure Dragon looks like a ruin. Both its front-facing windows are smashed, and the ship anchor is lodged in. Through the window, you can see a group of haggard patrons drinking huge tankards.
At the word of huge tankards, I make my way in.
Careful,
Alright.
they actually mean things your body weight.
So as you open up the door, it makes really annoying screeching sound that everyone can't ignore. It's just like ee! It's like almost worse than those convenience store bells. And everyone kind of looks in your direction.
They use prestidigitation to make them not. Because I'm a special fairy like that.
Make what? Make
Make
the door...
them not squeak.
Okay, when you go through?
Yep.
All right, sounds good. But they notice Meryl. The bartender looks at you, Meryl, kind of eyes you up and down, and kind of gives you the appreciative nod. Like you belong there.
Yes. I give the
but then,
appreciative nod back and throw a coin on the bar and wait for my tankard to arrive.
Sounds good. And then walks behind you and gets this sour look.
Zazel is not going in with them. She'll walk in through a different door. She doesn't want to be part of the posse that rolls in.
Sure.
I start playing the flute as I enter, and I go to a corner. I know how to do this charade.
After his sour look, and then you start playing quite well, he kind of shrugs and is like, yeah, well, I'm doing his thing. Yeah.
I'm not interested in drink. I'm interested in making your tavern money and maybe some of money on the side. Not legal.
I will go off to a corner table and pull out my church warden and drink my tankard and smoke my pipe and start to observe the room and the people.
Sounds good. Yeah, do you guys want to ask any questions? Well, so you said Zazel's going to go sneak.
Well, she's just gonna not enter with them, but look like she's on her own.
Okay.
I'm gonna sneeze loudly as I enter, and this room's all smoky.
And Quintus will go sit near Corvo and cheer him on.
Sure.
Encourage him.
Suppose I'm guessing that both of you are in the same corner as him. He's not playing loudly. He's just playing well.
Oh, I'm not sitting by the music. That's for sure.
That's annoying.
Right. A moment later, we'll say Zazel, you can just kind of hold off and negotiate with them. independently walk in.
Okay.
Who
You
did
make
I
your
give
way
my
in.
bardic inspiration to, by the way? I think it was Meryl. Or was it you, Matt?
I think it was Quintus.
Quintus, you dropped the last one on.
Alright. Because I
But
can't see your tokens. And stuff.
what does Zazel look like? Oh, you're a tiefling. So
Yeah. Well,
They also-
I'm very also very
Female
attractive.
horned.
Yeah, but she's very attractive and very well dressed, and probably some of the people here would know who she is. She kind of charms her way through, and
You're so vain.
bit of a grifter. She
But-
is.
yeah, the
She's
gruff.
not quite on the right side of the law. She's on, like, the shoulder of the right side.
Yeah, she plays the middle.
The gruff bartender kind of eyes you up and down. Gives kind of an appreciative look and kind of nods to a stool near the bar.
She'll saddle up. Yep.
What can I get for you? He's
Oh,
trying
how
to like.
about-
He's got like crooked teeth and like crooked yellow teeth. Hair's a bit disheveled, kind of balding, and he's just trying to like charm you a little bit.
Excuse me.
What can I get for you?
I'll just take a
know
little
the
bit
feeling.
of Luskin's finest,
Okay.
which is basically like a shitty ale. She's not ordering anything too fancy in here.
I catch one of Hazek's sneezes and press the.
He pours this like kind of like darker kind of ale, slides it over to you,
Just sip on it.
and he says, "A dark drink for a dark."
See many of my sort in here?
Probably.
Not too often.
To catch the business up the street, down on. Hang on, I'm just getting to the map.
Snail Street.
Down on. Was it Troll Crook Alley? Is where they had the fight?
No, it was on Snail Street.
Oh, did you hear about the thing on Snail Street just now?
He's like cleaning a mug. Oh, the usual. Yeah, out on the streets. Tough time.
Looked like about 5 cents.
Yeah. Probably good sense.
Well, a lot of blood. She says, "Have you looking for a friend of mine? Haven't seen him in a while. Name's Flute.
Flu.
And I gave you the picture, by the way.
Yeah, Flute. Floon, right? Is that his name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Has Floon been around?
He like looks at the sketch. He's like,
Oh, I haven't given him a sketch or anything. I assume he knows who Floon is.
I gave you the sketch, by the way.
I have the sketch, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, is Floon around? You seen him around?
he's like, I don't know any floons. I don't ask names. I just pour the drinks.
Bastard. Referring to Floon now. He must be blowing me off again. You know, red hair, good looking guy, kind of a fast talker.
He said, "Oh, you'll have to be more." Strangely enough, you'll have to be more specific. There's 2 such men like that actually left together a couple nights ago.
Oh yeah? Yeah. He's dating a double gagger, huh? Bastard.
Yeah.
So you know him? Is he come in here often? You said to meet him here. I assume he's been here before. You want me to roll a deception or anything?
Well, he said that the 2 drank and played a few rounds of Free Dragon before leaving around midnight. And he kind of like leans in and kind of whispers this next part. He's 5 guys followed them out. They look like trouble. Definitely Zents. Not. I get along with Zents, but they're with what's happening on the streets. Some of them have gotten mean. One of the guys I followed out had the tattoo, centaur tattoo. Looked like they followed afterwards, but if you want to know more about the Zents, check out Candle Lane.
Kendall or Candle?
Candle Lane.
Canadian.
As in light your way candle?
Yeah.
That Canadian accent. It's throwing us all off.
Even
Candle
Sense.
Lane.
She smiles and her she'll rub her fleece, and that's her to use her little illusion spell, and she'll make her pupils go real wide, the way that you do when you're interested in somebody, and she'll
the anime eyes.
give him a real wide, loving smile, and say, "You're the best," and put her hand on his hand to tap it and leave a gold piece behind.
He'll lean in and be like, "But please don't tell anybody you heard anything from me."
Not a word, love.
And keep your pretty face safe.
She'll
And we'll end the session there.
And the music kind of bursts open and sounds awful for a second as Corvo laughs.
All right.
Oh, this would be fun. This is like a lot of intrigue stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
So, go ahead.
Well, and hopefully it's a good balance, because you get fighting at the beginning, but then it gets sort of this like wandering around the city. So
No, I like that.
Like that, but it's cool. I think it's cool.
No, this is absolutely my jam. I love like rogue type stuff and city adventures. We never have those type of things, so
yeah.
So
it's
Adam,
good. Go ahead.
if you hold shift